eggs, any other feeling but anxiety. I feel low confident and I feel devalued. Let's see how it has manifested itself today. These last few weeks have been very busy work-wise because it is Easter and it is a time for Easter eggs. And I may have made a few too many Easter eggs, which I want to be sold at a certain price, reflecting of the amount of care and work that goes into it. I have sold a few at that price, but most of the eggs have been sold at a discount from pre-orders, which is fine as it was what I was offering to the customers online, and that has gone very well. And now the big eggs, which are not selling because of their price, I am offering with a discount to my customers at the market. So it has been very busy. I have enjoyed it, but I have felt overtired because of working all day long and not stopping in the evening to do leisurely things very often or at all, and getting up very early, trying to go to bed at a reasonable time, which is slowly working. Yesterday I had a market which was successful, and today I had another market which I went to, which is a new one. I have only done it twice, and it is in a warm room, unlike yesterday's market, which is in a cold place. I feel comfortable in yesterday's cold place because I know it very well now. But today, yesterday, due to the cold, I got bad inflammation around the fingers, in the fingers, which I healed last night pretty well this morning. They were mostly all healed due to urine therapy, which is excellent for chilblains. I can't say how wonderful urine is for this inflammation of the fingers. But today when I woke up, and I woke up later because the market started later, and I had a good leisurely getting up. I didn't eat. I only had a lemon juice with honey, all fresh ingredients, and 2 bananas this morning, and a piece of cheese. That was all I had, as I didn't really have the time to have breakfast and do the chalkboard for outside for the business, as I've got a chalkboard that now says Easter eggs have arrived, come and buy your Easter eggs here. Easter is only in 8 days, so I left for the market this morning and all was fine. Yesterday I also went to see a friend to get honey from him, to sell his honey at this market, and to let him have some of my Easter eggs and chocolate, so he sells it at his market, which is a great swap. So going to the market this morning, I tried to do a video, but didn't manage to express what I needed to express in it, as I didn't really have anything to say this morning. That was, in my opinion, worthwhile to listen to again for myself. I got to the market, nice layout, warm room, plenty of table space. I got it laid, and then I did the samples of chocolate, which I hadn't got ready, so that was awkward doing it under the table. And suddenly I saw my hands, and there it was again. I felt ashamed of my fingers and nails, and I will show you my fingers and nails to show what I have to live with, which is triggering anxiety right here, and the tears as I'm talking about it, and it's okay. This is my least worst hand. see there's a deformation on this joint, which has happened since about 7 years, and I was really scared. I thought I was getting arthritis, but it wasn't the case. It's just one of these things. The fingers, see, this is the hand that I don't mind showing because I still have nails, but this finger will not have the nail for very long. I can tell from the way it's going very white. This one is growing a moon on the edge, which is worrying because the other one, when I lost it, it started developing a moon like this, which I thought, oh great, that's sexual organs getting better, and actually no, it was fungus growing underneath the nail because of toxicity. You can see how it is swollen. There's a lump. I can't close them very well. See, that's swollen here, that's swollen on the last one, and it's swollen here as well on this side. So that's not too bad, that hand, it's just chilblain. But the other hand, coupled with the nails that are coming off and have come off, is pretty difficult to handle for self-confidence. You see, well, 3 nails have gone now. This one is still dangling, but that will fall off pretty soon. Oddly, this one has not lost its nail bed, but I can see the nail bed itself, oddly, has not come off, whereas this one has come off. You see, there's a bits coming off, and this one has come off. So these 2 nails are still growing, but in the hole, can you see how swollen the fingers are? Now this one is actually swollen and hard on this here. This one, the others, that one is a little hard on the tip, the 4th one. The others are okay, there's no hardness on this hand. But the swelling, that I must be careful how much I tighten my hands, in case it will actually split the skin. And something I've not shown is on my 4th finger, my ring one here, there's some chilblain splitting the skin on the top, and on this one as well, and it's on the last, this bit here, it's split, and that again, urine really helps it. You can't quite see with the sun, and I can't really look at the camera to see what you're seeing because I'm driving. These fingers, they get worse in the warmth, and oddly, even though I hate the cold, when I put them under cold water, I feel a slight relief, so I might do that a bit. But to go back to the feeling, when I saw my hands at the stall, I felt like my value as a person and the value of my product was being affected negatively because of my physical issues. And I felt devalued during the whole market. I felt I wanted to hide, and of course I didn't feel successful, even though the market was okay. For a little market I sold a little bit. But when I was presenting people the items, I was thinking to myself, I hope they don't think how to say it. There's 2 things. Here, lots of water here. Good, that stops the tears from flooding. What was I thinking? First I was thinking, what are they thinking looking at my hands? I know I've been told before, someone outside me said, they would look at my hands and say, oh, poor you, you have chilblains, that must be hurtful. And it is, but I don't mind so much the pain if it's not for the looks of these hands, because I work with food. And yes, I wear gloves when I handle the food, so that's not an issue. But I'm thinking to myself, as a customer, thinking, is my chocolate unhealthy to give myself fingers like this? And it is something, we all know chocolate contains some small amount of heavy metals, like lead and cadmium. And I've had the return from the company I buy it from, and there is a little bit in it. But I don't eat that much. I am in contact with it. It could be absorbed by the skin, but I think this is coming, these fingers got worse and worse from standing at cold markets. I've always had bad circulation from a child. And working with plumbing, as I did a plumbing training and then a plumbing apprenticeship that lasted 2 or 3 years. I did maybe 2 years and a half with the apprenticeship. And we work with lead. There's lead dust everywhere. There's toxic products which we touch with the fingers. So I think personally my toxicity with the fingers started from the plumbing. But it only got worse with the years. And I am at a point right now where I wish I could stop the chocolate, just so that I didn't have to feel ashamed of my hands when I give the chocolate to people. It's really difficult when you feel ashamed of your body to do something that involves selling goods. It's very challenging. And this is the point of this video, is I wanted to express the disarray I feel about my appearance. And I know that it's okay as well, because the nails, I am okay with the nails, and I want the fungus to eat up the skin that is polluted, which my body cannot cleanse on its own. And I know the chilblains, as soon as the weather is warmer, they will stop coming, and I will not suffer from this anymore. But instead, what will happen is my fingers, if I'm cold in summer, my fingers will go white. They go white, and then when I get in a warm place, they okay again. So it's that's it really. I know I shouldn't worry about it, and I won't be doing the chocolate forever, because who knows, with close shrub getting us to eat insects, chocolate from the Dominican Republic may not be available anymore, or the Belgium factories which process it may not sell the chocolate anymore. And when that happens, if it ever happens, I'll definitely be looking for something else. I don't know what I will do. In the meantime, it is, I know I do go on about we should be ourselves and we shouldn't hide under artifices, and I maintain this is how I feel. I don't want to get fake nails glued onto my fingers, because that's just going to bring more toxins. I don't need it. I've just got to be okay again, probably do some more EFT, emotional freedom technique, on the shame, because I've not felt shame about my hands since about 2 months actually. So this coming up today is interesting to me. It is a symptom of how I used to feel all the time. I felt ashamed of my hands, or ashamed of something. I used to feel ashamed of my belly. But at the moment, I'm not at all interested in feeling ashamed of my belly. It doesn't bother me. I used to be very ashamed of my feet. It's just a shame. Okay, there's a new layer of shame I need to work on that is coming up. And I accept I have to now work on this, because my value is not my body. My value is a consciousness that lives within me, that is experiencing all this. And I need to be strong. You know, I was not able for many months on video on my channel to show my nails that had fallen off. That one which had fallen off last January, a year ago. It took me a long time, and even now I think, oh no, I don't really want to show, but sometimes I just wave my hands about and don't think about the nails, and I should really not think about it. I do worry, of course, about pity. People looking at that and say, oh, poor girl, and then they look at them and they think, oh, I'm lucky I've got good nails. Well, I'm glad you have good nails, because you know what? One thing is annoying with losing the nails is I'm going to have to work differently, removing labels. Things where I need nails is actually, you know, it's not easy. And with the chilblains, when I hurt them, oh, it hurts twice as much if I hit them against something. But pity doesn't interest me. It's what I've been given. I'm lucky I've not been given anything worse. I'm not tired all the time. I'm not diabetic. I've not got cancer. I've not got anything bad. My heart is happy. Well, obviously it could be better if my circulation isn't the best. But who knows where that is coming from? And I keep thinking it's coming from toxins, from heavy metals, from childhood vaccines, and all other things that have been passed on by my parents, because apparently women who are pregnant let go of a lot of their excess heavy metals from their bodies into the fetus, which makes sense to me, because we want to purify ourselves, and what better way to do it than through a child? The same as they give them their good traits, and the same as they get maybe some of their difficult traits to deal with, and maybe our ancestors' difficult traits, emotionally I'm thinking even, which when we hold on to negative emotional things, we often can get to hold on to the physical toxins because we hold on to these negative emotions. So it's all very interesting. I don't blame my parents. They had fungus nail problems, and how much you can treat it from outside or inside. I've said it before, I don't want to get liver failure from antifungal tablets, and I don't want to take them, even though I have taken a lot of plant medicine, a lot of things that cure fungus from the inside, probiotics, you name it, I've tried it all, and it's not worked. It shows me, and I've said it before, it shows me that the fungus, as we know, is a symbiotic thing. It's not just a parasite. It's eating up some things that my body cannot let go of, cannot get rid of by itself. So I am happy for the fungus to be there. It's just that the judgment of others on my looks, on my hands, which hands are the ones that make whatever products I am blessed to be able to sell, that is very popular. But it is difficult. But now I've made this video, and I will be brave, and I will upload it, even though I'm showing vulnerability in there. It is not easy to show what we are ashamed of in public, but I think in a way it makes me stronger, because I will watch that and I will think to myself, I am brave, I have courage, and I love myself more for having done this. So I am nearly home now, and I will finish this here. Wishing you, with whatever your challenge is, that you can work with yourself too and accept it. And yes, we can get over the worry about criticism of what other people think of us. And I thank you for working on you, and I thank myself for working on myself. Thank you.